Hey, welcome back to MCOC Noxie, the master of mediocre gameplay. This is going to be War 4 of Season 35. I'm starting with a different graphic. I don't normally show this, but to show how closely rated the two alliances were. We're going up against an alliance called STE Save the Earth. It's a slogan I can get behind. And technically they are just slightly ahead of us, but it's basically even, right? And so they have decided to ban Torch, Quake, and Ghost. Those are good bans, though at our tier level, I would always ban Red Mags. I just think that is a solid ban, though I don't get to bring my mags. So we got a Ultron, Sinister, and a Mordo. Those are all my fights. There's an Arcus on the EMP shared fight. There's a Korg and a Bishop and a Nimrod. And there's a Thing. Alright, so you haven't seen me do this yet because I haven't gotten to do it at my new alliance yet, but I got assigned the boss fight. So I'm bringing in Falcon for that big old thing. I think it's a rank 4 thing, looking at the PI. So gotta admit, I was nervous. I was dueling my thing. That sounds dirty. I was dueling my thing quite a bit just to kind of make sure I was familiar. You know, Falcon is a great counter. Gonna boost up for this war. You know, we're 3-0 and we've been cruising, and so I always want to do my part. I take path 1, and Warlock is an awesome answer for that. You're gonna see here, though I'm extremely familiar with Ultron, his evade, boop boop boop, still gets me a couple times, catches me. And I think, to be honest, I don't know if you've ever had a war like this, but to be honest, my mind this entire war has been on that thing, that boss. And so I have a pretty good war here. You'll see it. From what I remember, this Ultron goes down without too much fuss. Like I said, super familiar with him. I believe the note is Unstoppable Armor, so he could proc an Unstoppable anytime that gray timer pops up. There are 2 gray timers, one for his evade, one for Unstoppable Armor. I don't think he ever goes unstoppable, to be honest. So let's see here. Obviously, Warlock is shutting off the healing. So yeah, so there's an armor up, but there's no unstoppable procking. So you know how it seems like a procs, you know, at least 50% of the time, even though the numbers say otherwise. Here's one where the numbers actually went in your favor. The RNG went in my favor there. Didn't proc unstoppable one time. So here we've got Mr. Sinister. And other than the masochism, so I just have to be aware that some of my parries are not going to stick. I think it's called delayed masochism or masochism over time or something like that. Anyways, the point is just remember that sometimes your parries aren't going to stick. That's all you got to remember, really. And Warlock just is a complete shutdown of Sinister. Looking at his PI, I didn't notice. I think he's probably only a rank 2. I did notice that Ultron was a rank 3. You know, we're getting to the game, to the place in the game where, you know, if you're not fighting against a rank 3, it's unusual, or it's, you know, yay, you know, I don't have to fight a rank 3 or rank 4. I don't think I fight any rank 4s today, and I actually do end up fighting a rank 5 5-star, but that's a predictable one who still gives me plenty of trouble, even though I brought a lineup. So yeah, my lineup is Warlock, APOC, and Falcon. So here's the first Falcon fight, right? This is Mordo. You know that when he gets locked on, Mordo cannot astral evade. He cannot stop your parry and then your attack. So it's just, Falcon is just a monster for AW, and in particular, you know, things like Mixmaster. Ooh, mistimed my heavy there. He could have really punished me, but he didn't. Thank you, Mordo, for loving to hold your block. And so now I'm just trying to get him to throw his special 2, which he does, thankfully. I do not have locked on. I just realized that, so I put it back on because he can astral evade if I don't have locked on, of course. Woo! He parried me. You know how the AI does that now. They parry you all the time. It's really annoying. And then he tried to throw his SP1 instead of attacking, and I was able to evade and punish and beat him. So there goes that Mordo. 26 hits given, none taken. Though he could have punched me a couple times. Not a perfect fight, just got fortunate there. So here's the 5-star I was talking about. Here's a Korg, Sig 200, rank 5. Korg, I got one of those. I think probably a lot of us do. And, you know, he can't shrug APOC, but he can still deliver all that passive damage, which is just so annoying. I know he's not going to take APOC out, but I'm bringing APOC here for Korg, and then also for a Bishop right after this. And that'll be my last fight before the boss. There's a Nimrod on the node 46, which I love to take that node with my Nebula. But my path mates. We take paths 1 through 3. But now I just got caught by an SP2. How dumb is that? It's ridiculous. We just did not communicate well. I tried my best to communicate with them. I said, hey guys, I can take Nimrod, I can take Mordo, but just the way my path is lining up, I can't take both. And so we thought, I did my due diligence communicating them at the very start of war, once we could see the defense, and I guess they just didn't check it, or I tagged them and everything online, and they're active online, but no one ended up bringing a counter for Nimrod, so our backup had to come in and do his job, which is good. Backup should come in and do their job, and he took the Nimrod out for us. I liked that fight with Nimrod. I love taking him down with my Nebula. She cheeses it, but I did not have her on the roster for this war. So Korg is just being Korg. He's jittering around. He's trying to get his rock stacks back up. I'm just slowly whittling him down, taking tons of damage. This is really annoying. That bleed on the SP2 really did a lot of damage. Like that was I think my only mistake this war, or this fight. But it cost me a lot of health, and anyone who knows APOC knows that he's a beefy boy, hard to kill. But healing him up is no fun. I'm gonna have to heal him up for the next fight. I'm sitting my Falcon's just sitting there waiting for boss, right? He's waiting for that thing. So I could have used him for this Korg, but no, this is an APOC fight. So he's got a few more seconds before his rock stacks go up. Oh, they're back up. They're back up. So now I'm going to take a little more damage, potentially. But, Paco handles it. So I do have to heal my APOC up. Korg's just annoying, right? I mean, I really like him. I like how they design him. He's just annoying at all times. I mean, you can obviously counter him. You can bring counters that, where you won't take the thorns damage and all that. But when you're trying to, cover a whole path, it is tricky. You can see how boosted up I am. And here we've got a rank 3 unduped bishop. I got one of those. I got a rank 3 unduped bishop. But my battle group has a duped bishop that goes out there, so my bishop's not doing his work for me. But it's okay. I'm sure he'll get there someday. I'll dupe him, and I really like bishop. I want to take a bishop on attack. I just don't know when I would do that on my path. I don't know if it ever makes sense. So this bishop, and I only noticed this like when the fight was like about right now, half over. He has suicides on, and so I'm just like, oh my gosh, do not take an SP2. Do not take an SP2. He's not duped, so as long as you keep his prowess under, I guess, 30, it won't be unblockable. But boom, boom, boom. I don't know what happened right there. So that was unblockable right there. That SP1. So then he takes the recoil damage, and I can just knock him down. So that's the last APOC fight. So I wasn't worried, and I was like, man, I'm not gonna have to heal him up again, but still annoying. So yeah. And then someone took the thing fight while I was asleep, and they died once. So I was like, man, I could have done that. So I saved Falcon. I brought him on the team. Now he did his job for the Mordo, right? But I was assigned thing, and then I wake up. First thing, I grab my phone, and then things down, which is great because look, what I'm highlighting here is that our battle group only had 3 deaths, and for our tier, that is awesome. And we are rolling along, 4-0. We crushed this alliance. It was pretty equally ranked, and man, come back for War 5. Let's keep it going, guys. Let's keep the good times rolling.